You know that feeling when you are one tiny sign away from peace, one text away from relaxing, one call away from being able to breathe again. And then it does not come. Or it comes for a second and disappears again. That is almost love. Almost love is the kind of connection that makes you stare at your phone like the answer to your life is inside it. It makes you replay every word. It makes you wake up with them in your head. It makes you feel ashamed for caring, then ashamed for pretending you do not care, then ashamed for checking again. And the worst part is not even the waiting. The worst part is the way you start doubting yourself. You start asking, why am I like this? Why can I not let go? Why do I feel addicted? Why do I feel calm only when they show up? So let me say something clearly in the first minute, because you deserve relief, not a lecture. Your brain gets addicted to almost, because almost keeps the door cracked open. It never gives you a clean yes or a clean no. It gives you just enough warmth to stay attached, and just enough distance to keep you chasing. Your mind treats that uncertainty like unfinished business. It refuses to let it go because it wants the story to complete. That is why almost love can feel stronger than real love. Real love settles you. Almost love keeps you on edge. And if you are listening with a specific person in your mind, I want you to feel understood, not judged. We are going to break down exactly why your brain gets hooked, what almost love looks like in daily life, why it is so common in avoidant and anxious dynamics, and what to do next so you stop losing yourself in the waiting room of someone else's availability. I will keep this simple. No fancy words, no concepts that make you feel dumb. Just clear truth, clear examples, and a clear next step you can actually use. Pause here for a second. If this helped your system settle, hit the subscribe button. PsychBond is daily psychology, and we decode avoidant and anxious patterns so you stop guessing. Now, let's name what almost love actually is. Almost love is any connection where you are emotionally invested, but you are not emotionally held. You feel chosen in moments, but you do not feel safe over time. You get closeness, but you do not get steadiness. You get warmth, but you do not get follow-through. You get attention, but you do not get consistency. You get the feeling of something real, but you do not get a real relationship. It is the person who acts like they care, but they will not fully show up. The person who is sweet, then silent. The person who is intense in private, then distant in daylight. The person who pulls you in, then pulls away. The person who avoids clarity, but still wants access. Almost love can be a situationship. It can be an ex who keeps returning just enough to keep you attached. It can be an avoidant person who wants connection but panics when it becomes real. It can be someone who likes attention and does not want responsibility. The outside can look different. The inside feels the same. You feel pulled, hopeful, anxious, and stuck. You feel like the relationship is always about to begin, but it never fully begins. Now, here is the main reason your brain gets addicted to it. Your brain hates open loops. When something is clear, your body can settle. When something is unclear, your brain goes into tracking mode. Tracking mode is the state where your mind keeps checking, keeps scanning, keeps replaying, keeps trying to find the pattern. It feels like focus. It feels like obsession. It feels like you cannot stop thinking. That is not because you are weak. That is because the brain treats uncertainty as a problem to solve. Almost love creates uncertainty with occasional reward, and occasional reward is powerful. Because sometimes you get the warm version of them, sometimes you get the good text, sometimes you get the apology, sometimes you get the affectionate night, sometimes you get the attention you crave. Then it disappears again. So your brain learns a painful lesson. If I keep trying, I might get the good moment back. So you keep trying. Now, I want to make the addiction easy to see. Almost love usually has 3 repeating parts. There is the high, the drop, and the rescue. The high is the warm moment. They are affectionate. They are present. They say something that makes you feel chosen. They are intimate. Your body relaxes for a second. Your mind gets quiet. You think, see, it is real. The drop is when they go cold, busy, vague, or distant. They take hours, then days. They cancel. They stop initiating. They act like you are asking for too much. Your chest tightens. Your stomach drops. Your mind starts racing. You replay everything. You look for mistakes. You bargain with yourself. The rescue is when they return with just enough warmth to stop you from leaving. Not always big. Sometimes one message. Sometimes a meme. Sometimes a short call. Sometimes a casual apology. Sometimes a simple, hey. And your body feels relief again. That relief becomes the reward. Your brain starts linking this person to the moment you stop hurting. That is the trap. You start reaching for the person who created the pain to relieve the pain. And if you have ever said, I know they are not good for me, but I cannot stop, that is why. Now, I want to say something gently because it will remove shame. You are not addicted to love. You are addicted to relief. You are addicted to the moment the anxiety stops. Almost love gives you relief in small doses, like drops of water when you are dehydrated. Not enough to hydrate you, enough to keep you crawling back. So the bond grows, not because it is healthy, but because it is unfinished. Your brain wants the ending. It wants the yes. It wants the proof. It wants the safety. And almost love keeps the ending just out of reach. That is why your mind keeps saying, one more conversation, one more week, one more chance, because it wants the story to complete. But almost love rarely gives closure. It gives confusion. So the way out is not closure from them. The way out is clarity you give yourself. Now, let's talk about why almost love happens so often with avoidant and anxious dynamics, because that is one of the most common ways this addiction forms. An anxious person feels closeness and wants to build something stable. They want clarity. They want consistency. They want to know where they stand. An avoidant person can want closeness too, but they often get overwhelmed when the relationship starts to require steady showing up. So they pull back. The anxious person feels that pullback and tries to fix it. They reach out. They explain. They ask questions. They try to bring the warmth back. The avoidant person feels pressure and pulls back more. Then the anxious person gets tired and pulls away, and the avoidant person returns with warmth because distance feels safer. Warmth, distance. Warmth, distance. That push and pull does not feel like a normal relationship. It feels intense. It feels like chemistry. It feels like something special. But it keeps you stressed. And stress keeps your mind locked on them. That is why almost love can feel stronger than calm love. Calm love does not keep you guessing. Almost love does. Now, I am not here to blame avoidant people. Some avoidant people are not trying to hurt you. Many are scared and unskilled at steady love. They might care. They might miss you. They might be sincere in the moment. But your empathy cannot become your life sentence, because whether they mean to or not, you are the one paying the price. You are the one waiting. You are the one guessing. You are the one holding your breath. Now we go to the second reason almost love becomes addictive. It hits your pride. When someone is almost choosing you, it feels like you are one step away. So your brain starts believing you can earn the last 10%. You start thinking, if I do it right, they will finally choose me. If I say it right, they will commit. If I stay calm, they will not run. If I pull back, they will come closer. This turns love into a performance, and performance is exhausting. The saddest part is that the last 10% is often not about you at all. It is about their ability to show up consistently. You cannot earn someone's ability to be steady. You can only observe it. And until you accept that, you will keep treating almost love like a test you can pass if you try hard enough. Now, let's make this real with everyday examples, because examples stop overthinking. Example 1. They text you sweet things for 3 days. You feel calm. You start thinking, okay, maybe it is turning into something. Then they vanish for 2 days. You feel sick. You start checking your phone. You start wondering if you did something. Then they return with a casual message like, hey, sorry, I was busy this week. Your brain says, they care. Your body says, please do not leave again. So you respond fast. You act understanding. You do not mention the 2 days. You do not want to scare them. That teaches the connection a rule. The rule becomes, I can disappear and still keep access to you. Example 2. They are intense when you are together. They hold you. They talk about the future in dreamy phrases. They say things like, we should travel together, or I have not felt this in a long time. Then, when you ask to plan the next time, they say, I will let you know. Or they say, we will see. You wait. You feel anxious. Then they message at 11 p.m. asking to come over. You say yes because you want closeness. Then you feel used because the connection has no steadiness. But you also feel attached because the night felt intimate. Example 3. You pull back because you are tired of guessing. You stop texting first. You stop being available. Suddenly they come alive. They text more. They say they miss you. They act like you matter. You feel relief. You lean in again. Then they pull back again. This is classic almost love. They do not respond to your love. They respond to the fear of losing access. That does not always mean they are cruel. It means their behavior is driven by comfort in the moment, not commitment over time. Example 4. You ask a simple question like, are we exclusive? They act offended. They say, why are you making it heavy? Or they say, can we just enjoy it? Or they say, you are overthinking. You feel ashamed for asking, so you back off. You tell yourself you will be patient. But the truth is, you just learned you are not allowed to ask for clarity without consequences. Example 5. You keep watching their social media. You keep reading into likes. You keep waiting for a sign. This is what almost love does. It turns you into someone who searches for proof instead of living your life. It turns your phone into a slot machine. You pull the lever and hope. Sometimes you win. Most times you lose, and the uncertainty keeps you hooked. Now, how do you know you are addicted to almost love? Here are the signs in plain words. You feel calm only when you hear from them. You feel anxious when you do not. You spend a lot of time thinking about what they meant. You do not feel sure where you stand. The connection lives in bursts instead of a steady rhythm. You feel like you have to be careful not to scare them off. You feel like you are waiting for the relationship to start, even though you are already emotionally in it. You feel like you are always almost chosen. You tell yourself, one more conversation, one more week, one more chance, and it will become real. If this is you, feel compassion for yourself. This is not a character flaw. This is a human brain responding to uncertainty with hope. Now we get to the part that actually helps. How do you break the addiction? The first step is not to force yourself to stop caring. The first step is to stop feeding the loop, because almost love becomes addictive through behavior, through checking, through reaching, through accepting crumbs, through waiting, through rearranging your day for someone who does not give you a real place in their life. So step 1 is simple. Stop chasing signs. Stop trying to decode every message. Stop living in what you think they meant. Start living in what they consistently do. Step 2. Decide what you need to feel safe in a relationship. Keep it simple. You need steady contact that does not spike and crash. You need real plans, not vague future talk. You need respect when you express feelings. You need repair when something goes wrong. You need someone who does not punish you with silence. Those are basics, not luxury. Step 3. Ask for one normal thing that reveals the truth. Not a speech, not a fight. One simple request. When are we seeing each other next? Can we plan? Can we be exclusive if we are sleeping together? Can we be clear about what we are doing? Step 4. Watch the next week. Do not listen to big words. Watch behavior. Do they follow through? Do they stay present? Do they respond with respect? Do they become steadier? Or do they punish the request by going cold? Do they become vague? Do they disappear? Do they return only when they want comfort? That week tells you the truth. Step 5. If they cannot meet the basics, you stop giving them the benefits of a relationship. You do not need a dramatic exit. You do not need a fight. You simply step back. You stop being available on demand. You stop responding instantly to crumbs. You stop rearranging your life. You stop pretending you are fine when you are not. You return to yourself. And yes, it will feel hard at first. It will feel like withdrawal. You will miss them. You will want to reach out. You will think you made a mistake. That is normal. That is your brain asking for the old relief. But if you hold steady, your mind will get quieter. Your sleep will improve. Your appetite will return. Your confidence will come back. You will feel your life returning to you. And you will realize something important. A lot of what you called love was actually stress. It was constant waiting, constant scanning, constant hoping. Real love does not feel like constant waiting. Real love feels steady with warmth. Now I want to address the fear that keeps people stuck the longest. The fear that the chemistry was rare and you will never feel it again. This is where people give away years. They believe that connection was once in a lifetime. But chemistry that comes with anxiety is not rare love. It is rare access. It feels rare because it is inconsistent. It feels rare because you cannot count on it. So your brain magnifies it. Safe love can still be passionate. Safe love can still be exciting and deep. The difference is that safe love does not require you to chase. Safe love does not require you to earn. Safe love does not require you to shrink. So your standard is not, did it feel intense? Your standard is, does it become calmer and clearer over time? Now let's make this even more practical. Almost love makes you monitor yourself. You think about how you sound. You think about how much you are allowed to want. You worry about being too much. Real love makes you relax. You speak freely. You do not fear normal needs. Almost love makes you feel like you are waiting for permission to be chosen. Real love makes you feel chosen without games. Almost love makes you feel like you must be perfect to keep the connection alive. Real love makes you feel safe to be human. Almost love makes you feel like your feelings are a problem. Real love makes you feel like your feelings matter. Almost love makes you doubt yourself. Real love makes you clearer. If you want one simple question that tells you everything, it is this. Do you feel like you can breathe in this connection? Or do you feel like you are holding your breath? Almost love makes you hold your breath. Real love lets you breathe. Now, some of you will be thinking, what if they suddenly start trying? What if they come back? What if they say they are ready? Here is what matters. Do not fall for one intense message. Do not fall for one emotional night. Do not fall for one apology. Look for steadiness over the next weeks. Look for follow-through. Look for real plans. Look for respect when you express needs. Look for repair after tension. Because the addiction breaks when you stop reacting to moments and start choosing patterns. You do not need to hate them to do this. You can care about them and still choose yourself. You can understand their fear and still require the basics. You can say, I enjoy you. I want something steady. I need consistency to keep going. If you cannot do that, I will step back. That is not an attack. That is self-respect. And if they respond by disappearing, that is not a tragedy. It is information. Because a healthy connection does not punish you for wanting a healthy connection. Now we end with the clearest truth of all. Almost love is not a mystery. It is a pattern. It is the pattern of getting just enough to stay and not enough to rest. Your brain gets addicted because it keeps waiting for the next good moment to calm the pain. But the next good moment is not the solution. The solution is steadiness. The solution is consistency. The solution is choosing what makes you calmer over time. So if you are stuck on almost, here is your simple standard. If it keeps you guessing, it is not safe. If you are always waiting, it is not real. If you have to shrink to keep them, it is not love. Chemistry can be beautiful, but chemistry is not a home. Choose the love that feels clear, steady, and kind to your nervous system. That is what heals you. Welcome to PsychBond. You're safe here.